transform your trading journey. Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming live from TFNN just after 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We got about 24 minutes to go until the start of trading, and you have markets right now slightly in the green. We chop around overnight. You reach a low in the S&Ps of about 67.71. Right now, we're back in the green by 6 points or 0.1%, trading at 67.85. Tech stocks. Quite the roller coaster week from Tuesday's Oracle announcement. You get it all back on Wednesday. Some action yesterday. Today, higher by 21 points overnight, up by 0.1%, just like the S&Ps, 25,310. Dow, up about 0.2% right now. Dow, up 80 points at 46,673, and you have the Russell up by 5 points or 0.2%. Bitcoin, up about 0.8% or $930 at 122,000. Ethereum, up 0.6%, 43.80. Crude continuing the drop. How about a 59 handle this morning? 59.96 on that crude contract. Lower prices. If you're going to fill up your gas, folks, wait a day. See if they'll pull those prices down from the pump. They'll wait as long as they can. But crude, I mean, check out this action all week. Right, up to 62.92. Lows of the week so far. You back it up to the daily, and yeah, you're talking about prices that we have not seen since May. We just got a 59 handle. Lowest prices we've seen since May, folks. Now we'll jump over to yields this morning. And we got the 10-year right now with some higher price, lower yield coming at you. We're right back to where we were on Wednesday. You get the 10-year at 4.1. Okay, 4.10, the yield on the 10-year. And it doesn't matter. Dollar is strong, man. Does not matter, right? We get a pullback in yields. Usually that would be accompanied by a weaker dollar. And no, the dollar is strong. Strong like bull. You're getting quite a pop in the dollar. You only have this brief area that we were up here at the end of July, early August. Okay, and then you back it up to where we were in June. And the high in June was 99,421. We're at 99,371. Yesterday, we hit 99,563. So you got dollar strength. And we jump over to gold. One of the stories of the week, with all that dollar strength, holding up well, right? If I told you that the dollar, okay, was trading at a level that we've only seen for a couple brief moments, basically since May, and meanwhile, I told you that gold in May was trading at about 3,200, and here we are at 4,000. We are well off the highs of 4,081, spike high overnight. We were there yesterday morning. But yeah, with the continued dollar strength, gold holding up so well in this market right now. All right, and we kick it off with, all right, Al, put it up on my charts for 1 second. I'll be right there.
trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
All right, welcome back, folks. Apologies. We had a few technical difficulties there. We got through it. I was actually talking to my man, Larry Pesavento. He's got live trading going on. He was good. We got him good, folks. And, yeah, they're live trading. You want to check that out right on the front page of TFNN. A few moments. Thanks for hanging with me. We're back in action, and we kick it off with markets in positive territory. So, to kick things off, we just talked about the strength in the dollar. And, yeah, how about that dollar short? Seemed like an inevitability of lower rates, dollar weakness, but no, it has not come to fruition as we got the dollar bouncing to almost 100. Okay, you jump over to that dollar right now, DXY. And yeah, you know, if you told me, right, back in June that the dollar would be 3 points higher, if you told me that back in September when they cut, it would be 3 points higher, not the market consensus, but it's been a history. It's been a story of sell the rumor in the dollar, buy the news when you actually get those cuts. And yeah, 2-month high as the shutdown drags on and as the Fed is under pressure to cut. And yeah, you're talking about up 2% since mid-year. The slump deepened when you had tariffs. And here's the most bullish sentiment we've had since April. Now, I just showed you, right? Look at where we were in April. That was your bullish sentiment area running into it, and then you collapse. So we'll see. Traders are pricing in roughly 2 quarter-point cuts by year-end, but it just hasn't weakened, man. And I'm going to share this one in the den because it's a good one. They go over in terms of different forecasts, euro, yen, pound, and the likes. We take that story, so I will. I'll share this one in the YouTube Tigers Den. You jump over to the yen. So I had a great conversation with our man Teddy Cakestat yesterday. And yeah, how about this move in the yen, man? The yen goes from 147 to 153 in the manner of a week. We were there a week ago, folks, 147. And that is quite a slump. And now you have the finance minister, as they put it, stepping up his job owning. of the yen after it hit a fresh 8-month low against the dollar. And this is part of the contribution to that dollar index, okay? So it's not across the board right now. Ted had some great conversations yesterday. You know, it is happening in other currencies. But boy, you look at that dollar yen, okay, that is contributing in a big way. When you get that type of weakening, right, haven't seen that level since almost February. We're currently seeing, this is the Japanese finance minister, Katsunobu Kato. We're currently seeing one side and rapid movements in the market. The government will carefully assess any excess in or disorderly movements. So they don't want disorderly action. And you know, if you're the finance minister and this is what your currency's doing, yeah, that is not orderly. That is not what you want happening with your currency, right? On Thursday, okay, you have the Democratic Party leader tried to push back that she favors a cheaper yen. This is the battle, politics versus the central bank. Welcome to the same thing going on here, right? You have party leaders talking about that they love a cheap yen. You have the finance minister saying, man, we just cannot have a disorderly decimation of our currency. The remarks were seemingly aimed at reassuring markets that her pro-growth agenda won't conflict with central bank efforts to tighten monetary policy. Sound familiar at all? And yeah. So Japan previously intervened last year when the yen hit 157 and change, 159 and change, 160 and change, and 161. Well, we're at 152 and we were just at 147. You do get a little bit of a pullback on this news, okay, from the highs we had, basically the close of yesterday. But keep your eye on that dollar yen. So yeah, adding is politics, of course. All right. Speaking of AI, this one, folks. CoreWeave can't hold this equity down, man. Remarkable what's going on. So CoreWeave hits 187 in June. You back off to $81. We're back at 143. This is a weekly. Okay, the daily encompasses everything too. Quite a roller coaster ride. Do you recall when they could barely get this out to the public and they needed a NVIDIA investment? The circulatory nature goes on. But guess what? The founders, or the insiders, I should say, they're no fools. They're taking the money and running. So $1 billion is what insiders sold after the stock lifted, putting them in the top 10 individual sellers of the third quarter. That was their first chance to cash out. Minted 4 new billionaires since then. The stock is up 250%. You had a director selling $500 million in the quarter. Folks, and listen, I can't blame them, okay? Co-founder, $426 million. When's the last time you heard of companies going public and the founders and directors, the first moment that they can sell shares, dump $500 million? That stock would tank if it was in any other industry, folks, okay? Both sold shares as part of a prearranged plan. Can you imagine going into an IPO with a prearranged plan tied to price targets? I mean, it's like saying, anyway. Some of their investors followed suit. The biggest institutional investor sold $2 billion worth of shares. Now, you know, these institutional investors, they go into these companies with private equity, and then their plan is to get out at some point, right? And then they do it again, okay? That's a little different than a director or a founder in particular, okay? Including CoreWeave. Yeah, 7 of the top 10 insider sellers came from companies in AI. If the future was so bright, why are all the insiders selling on this run? Now, listen. I don't fault anybody. Once you hit $500,000 of taking some money off the table. Diversify yourself. All right, go buy some CDs at 4%, and you'll make yourself $20 million a year, right? So I get that part of things, but they see it all. The founders, they see it all. And CoreWeave in particular. Now, Bezos doesn't worry me. Okay, Bezos selling. Yeah, it is something. But that is something of a mature company, prearranged type sales. Okay, but you got Arista Networks out there. 861 million shares. the CEO sold. Okay? Jensen Huang, $743 million. Sold 4.2 million shares of NVIDIA. CoreWeave, we just talked about, $477 million. Snowflake, $500 million, we'll call it, $462. CoreWeave, $425 million. Okay? Ares Management, AppLovin. Yeah, that stock. We haven't had a run like this in a while. Now they got an investigation on their data practices. It's about tracking. Okay? It's about tracking. They're a marketing company, and you better believe that they may be crossing the lines when it comes to tracking. Yes, SEC probing their data collection practices. Short sellers have been alleging that for some time. And you have a director of Robinhood. And the CEO of Coinbase. Why not? I mean, the CEO of Coinbase has been selling every 2 weeks. That's not usually how it works, folks. But man, quite a run when you see your wealth go from 2023 at $31 to $450. Coinbase now, $100 billion company. And crypto's going to be around, but they're going to have some competition, man. You got Polymarket firing all cylinders out here, making a deal with the NYSE. You got Polymarket, you got Kalshi taking over betting markets. See no reason why Coinbase couldn't get into that, but you're going to have mass competition. Hey, insider selling, okay? And, don't be afraid of Bezos selling, okay? You better be afraid of founders selling right when the lockup expires. And they weren't even sure they could get CoreWeave out to the public, folks. They had to get a $20 billion investment from NVIDIA. Now, things have changed since March, right? The number of investments, etc. But nonetheless, CoreWeave up by another $2 this morning. We jump around to some of the other high flyers. Oracle shares, add another $5. Why not? $301 to Oracle shares this morning. Amazon, slightly in the red at $226 right now. You jump over to Microsoft in the green. Trading at $523 and change. Google shares at $242. We jump over to NVIDIA, up another $1. We make an all-time high of $195 and change yesterday. This would be an all-time high open. Yeah, we opened yesterday at $192 and change. We're at $193 and change for NVIDIA. AMD, slightly in the red this morning. Broadcom shares, chopping around near $346 this morning as well. We check back in on gold. Now, you take a look at this volume, folks, I was talking about. So last week, you did 1.3 million shares. Okay, the volume hasn't been updated in the gold contract yet, but check this out. Look at that volume yesterday. 450,000 contracts. Okay, this week alone, we've done 272, 288, 334. That's about 900 right there. 450, so that's 1.35 million. So we are, and that's 1.35 million. And then we're there, 1.55, 1.52. So we are already at 1.52 million contracts on gold. We did 1.3 million. You're trading higher with volume, folks. Now, that's the weekly, but that's a little dicey on the daily, right? Almost 450,000 contracts. Markets in the green. We're coming back for the open, folks.
Skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors. Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. We have equities open. You got equities green across the board right now. S&P's a little bit of an acceleration on the opening bell. We're up right to where we were on pre-market highs, up by 12 points. 67.92 NASDAQ 100. We're up by 40 points. 25,329. Dow up by 0.4%. Look at the volatility on the Dow. Right, you're talking about 300 to 400 point moves every single day. Dow up 188 points right now, or 0.4%, and the Russell up by about 0.5%. We take a look at the heat map. S&P's, NVIDIA, what's new, right? Up another 1.8% right now. Oracle in the green by 3%. Amazon, Meta up by 2.2. You got some of the healthcare. Biotech, Lilly, Johnson & Johnson, Merck, all in the green. Beyond that, we got large sections of red out here as they adjust. And forgive me, folks, I think those were updating from yesterday. Yeah, they were. They sure were. Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, look at Intel. All right, let's check out Intel shares getting a pop today. Whoo! So Intel, quite a run. Let's put this thing on a weekly. Boy, we're breaking above this area. And, you know, the only thing is that on volume, we'll see how today comes in. It's going to be an important day. You're up by 5%, but not how you want to see the volume fall off on multiple weeks, right? Week of September 22nd, you do almost 1 billion shares. You do 714 million last week, and we're at 433 this week as you plow higher. NVIDIA, taking a look at the volume. All right, pretty similar. Volume's dropping off a little bit. Doesn't mean you can't drift higher, but the volume is. A couple weeks ago, same thing on NVIDIA. Almost 1 billion shares. Then you do 878, and we've done 623 this week so far. Oracle shares slightly in the green. Meta had a good day yesterday. Can give it back slightly. Yeah, so in terms of credit, right? Delinquency rates on subprime auto loans, okay? Subprime are at a record. Look at this. Portion of loans receivable 60 or more days delinquent. Now, this is subprime, but it's still compared to subprime, okay? Yeah. I mean, you back it up to where we were even during the 2008-2009 crisis. You only had 5% of loan receivables 60 days or more delinquent. Percentage of new car buyers with credit scores below 650 was almost 15%. Folks, you don't need a new car if you have a credit score below 650. The highest for the comparable period since 2016. 1.73 million vehicles were repossessed last year, the highest since 2009. Almost 2 million vehicles were repossessed last year. So, delinquencies have leveled off, but remain higher than in the pre-pandemic period. I don't know about that. These are borrowers who may have stretched their budgets to afford a higher price of the asset as well as a higher payment because of the interest rate. Well, thanks for the hot take. The stress placed on some subprime borrowers was highlighted last month with the bankruptcy of Tricor Holdings, home to some 100,000 outstanding loans. And they cater to customers with little or no credit history or no social security number. They face allegations of fraud. Oof, man, right? So GM says about 1 out of 8 of their loans went to customers with a FICO score almost in the 5s. It's a big number, folks. And the scary part is that this economy's been firing on all cylinders, right? If you're dealing with a credit score that's in the 5s right now, yeah, there's many people struggling with the price of cost of living right now. But boy, that probably means that you don't have many assets, because any asset has appreciated greatly, whether it's a home, whether it's a piece of stock, right? And so in that environment, people who had no assets, yeah, they're in big trouble, man, because costs went up, everything went up, and yeah, we got delinquencies through the roof. All right, folks, markets in the green. S&P's up by 21, trading at 6,800. Coming back, we'll look at some metals. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Markets continuing to trade higher. S&P's up by 23. Check out the Dow, up by almost 0.6% right now. The Russell, up by 0.5%. Bitcoin, up by $1,500, charging higher. And yeah, let's take a look at the metals. So we jump over to the gold contract. Up by $38. And as I mentioned, volume's going to blow it away, folks. Okay, this is how you like to see a metal trade. August, This is the weekly, okay? You do 675,000 contracts, 742, a million, and then 1.2, 1.3, and we're at about 1.5 right now, and we're going to add whatever you want on the rest of the week. It's going to be one of the biggest weekly volume bars we've seen on gold going back years, okay? That's your weekly. But that is your daily to pay attention to. We'll see how we come into it today. Watch this bar right here on a daily, okay? Because that was some selling, folks. $100 just like that yesterday. $100 down. You jump over to silver. Look at that selling on silver. When the sellers come, they come. This market is roiled when you can just rip $100 like it's nothing. Now, gold got it back, okay? Resounding strength. But he didn't get it back with volume. That was a lot of volume on the selling, folks. Okay, we're sitting at 4,012. Very healthy price. The weekly, as I mentioned, couldn't look better on a weekly basis. Excuse me, that's a monthly. Weekly couldn't look better. And on a monthly basis, I mean, you're approaching parabolic levels when you look at this thing on a monthly. And you want to talk bigger picture here. Blowing past the 1 to 1.618 expansion of the move that began. You're talking about a monthly ABCD, basically from the lows of 2000. Blow it away. That 1 to 1.618 expansion was at about 37.50. We're at $4,010. All right. Now, we have a drought of economic data, but the private sector's trying to pick up. And you got initial jobless claims from Goldman. How about it? So their analysis of state-level filings, 235,000. Okay? Up a bit from 224 the prior week. And yeah, we get nothing from the Labor Department. Continuing claims, 1.92 million. The Economist found. So they're tracking everything. You know, one of the things they talked about here coming into this shutdown is that there is a lot of data out there for jobs that you can gain. There's not as much data for inflation, though. And we talk about other avenues as the shutdown pain ripples through the U.S. economy. No deal in sight. Doesn't feel like it, and it won't matter until it does, folks. But yeah, you're talking about air travel. Okay, you're talking about the IRS. I mean, we're coming into the extension deadline. If you file an extension for your taxes, you get 6 extra months. That lines you up to October 15th, 5 days from right now. The same time that half of the people working for the IRS are getting laid off. Now, it's not tax season, but it is another deadline. Talk to any CPA, folks. Okay, it's another deadline. National parks among the first functions to feel the strain. Air travel, though. All right, listen, as I said, I'm flying up to Boston in about a month. This deal better be done by then, because if air travel and, you know, TSA, air traffic controllers, if they're all still working and not getting paid, they're not going to be working, folks. That's how it happens. And yeah, that's just kind of what they're talking about. And yeah, national parks, okay. People will be upset, but that's not going to be the same thing as TSA, air traffic controllers refusing to work without pay when you're going on 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks, right? Can't do it. People just can't go months without pay while they're working. And yeah, you have the Pentagon next military payday. Same thing as the tax day, October 15th. 2 million employees that's going to hit. So staffing shortages usually account for 5% of delays. I did not know that. 1 out of every 20 delays is just because transportation secretary can't get everything serviced. As air traffic controllers slow traffic to ensure safety. So imagine that. Did you know that? I didn't know that. 1 out of 20 delays is because air traffic controllers, we just don't have enough of them. But guess what? Now, those shortages, half of late flights are because of the shutdown, folks. You're flying, you'll notice it. I hear a lot of people talking about in there saying, you know, the shutdown's going on. I don't even notice it. Maybe we don't need it. You're going to notice it, folks. It's going to happen, okay? Taxpayer, IRS, 34,000 employees sent home, 40,000 remain. right as we come into October 15th. So we'll see if we get anything, but there are going to be pressure points that approach, folks. Those pressure points are going to be the troops getting paid and the skies remaining open. And there's going to be more pressure points than that. National parks, I mean, we're coming into fall, right? I was up in beautiful Gatlinburg a couple years ago at this time of year, a little bit later. Great Smoky Mountains. If you've never visited, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, folks, that whole area, especially around fall. We went up there for Halloween a couple years ago. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Go check it out. One of the beautiful park. And yeah, so, you know, there's many people that have, you know, as time stretches, doesn't matter for a couple weeks, but you better believe it's going to add up. Yeah, those parks, go check them out, folks. Tell you, a couple cabins on Airbnb in that Gatlinburg area. I think we stayed in Seaverville, which is right next door to Gatlinburg. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Drove up there from where we are, about a 10-hour drive, but a little bit easier with the family, but absolutely beautiful, and especially this time of year. That foliage, I'll see if I can find a couple pictures going into this break. But it was a beautiful one. And yeah, so imagine you book a family trip like that, you know. And they are packed houses, folks, those parks around this time of year, especially the Tennessee area. You're talking about foliage, all that great stuff. All right, let's check out the airlines. Delta, up by 2.1%. Strong numbers from them yesterday. They're making a lot of money in the premium cabins. American Airlines, another lift, up by 3.3. United, up by 2.1 right now. JetBlue even catching a bit. Yeah, be careful on that one, folks. You know, what you're seeing in these airlines, that's why JetBlue cascaded lower. It's the premium service of Delta, right? It's the extra economy room seats. It's the first class cabins. It's the high earning routes that they're servicing with their premium seating. That's not JetBlue, folks. Okay? That is not JetBlue. Southwest up by 2.6% right now. All right, gold's right at about 4,000 right now. Markets in the green. Dow up 200, NASDAQ up by 57, S&P's up by 17. We got one more segment, folks. We're coming back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. risk-free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. And so, the president's bandana continues on with Letitia James this time. And it's his same prosecutor that he just installed. And this one is for taking out a loan that she listed as a second residence and then rented out as an investment property. And there are, folks, there's 3 categories that you can get a mortgage in, okay? There's your primary home, there's your second residence, and then there's an investment property. And the best rate you're going to get for a primary home, the second best rate you're going to get for a second home, and the third best rate is going to be for an investment home. Okay, that's how it goes. It's a $109,000 loan mortgage. She stood to net nearly $19,000 in savings over the life of the loan. Okay, so that is over 30 years. Which is $633 a year, which is an adjustment on a monthly basis of $52 on her monthly mortgage payment, okay? And folks, this stuff never used to matter. And in the context of many of the president's supporters so upset, and that is a rightful argument, okay? It's a debate worth having of the president getting accused of a crime. Would he have gotten accused of that crime for his financial fraud on his loans that he took? But what's remarkable is, to me, is that everybody that had a problem with that doesn't seem to have a problem with this. And you can't have it both ways, folks. I mean, you're talking about, so we'll see how it goes. But you're talking about a monthly mortgage payment of about $50 difference on that level. The vendettas are out there. All right, folks, S&P's up by 14, NASDAQ up by 55 right now, Dow up by 32, and we'll finish it up with